Let's begin. Prosecutor, your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I come before you today with my utmost gratitude that you are sitting in those seats. I say this because I believe you are competent individuals that will decide the fate of one man as carefully as indeed. My client, John Dalton, has been dedicated his life to the mystery of the atom, even with the disability of being colorblind. His atomic theory, including these theories of all atoms of a given element, are identical, and atoms of different elements can combine to form compounds. Another of his postulates is that atoms are indivisible. I stand before you today asking if one of the most respected, distinguished scientists of all our time can possibly, in any way, be wrong. And if so, where is your proof? Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I welcome you into this courtroom. The defendant, J.J Thomson, is being accused of complete idiocy in his way of thinking. He is being accused of tampering with his experiments to come to a different conclusion than Dalton. My client stands on his own 2 feet, saying that the atom is divisible. He knows that it is, and I can say that he has a definite proof. I first call Ernest Rutherford to the stand. I solemnly swear. May I call you Ernest?
You may.
I understand you have a model of an atom that has divisible parts, correct?
Correct.
Please explain in detail.
Due to my main experiments, I have concluded that the atom is divisible, and with my experiment on gold foil, proving the existence of positively charged particles within the atom opposite of an electron. Using the gold foil experiment, I saw that the alpha particles I tested, which weighed 7,500 times of an atom, were deflected by something. I then tested this by using the gold foil experiment, which I directed particles through the air and studied if they deflected or not. This led me to conclude that there must be more to an atom than discussed in the plum pudding model J.J. Thomson.
Thank you, Ernest. Please tell me about the particles you found within the atom.
I concluded that there had to be a dense center with positive charge, in which I called the nucleus. Another particle in which I called a proton that has a positive charge, and a neutron that has no charge. This is how I describe the nuclear atom.
Thank you, Ernest.
Prosecutor, cross-examines.
No, Your Honor. I now call John Dalton to the stand. John, tell me about your postulates.
My atomic theory describes the law as any given compound always contains the same proportions of elements. My world-known theory also says that the atoms are indivisible. I used Democritus's wonderful philosophy in order to improve my theory, even though he and Aristotle generally thought 2 different things on the atomic theory. I also came to the conclusion of the law of multiple proportions from this law. During my studies, I also found that the law of conservation of mass and how it applied to my findings. Using Joseph Louis Proust's law of constant composition, I also used this for my postulates.
And if you could, please tell us about Democritus.
Of course. Democritus was a Greek philosopher who believed that all matter was made out of indivisible atoms and that all atoms are solid but indivisible.
That's all. Thank you, John.
May I cross-examine?
Yes.
Dalton, you say you have an atomic theory.
Yes, I sure do.
And this idea you have about atoms is just a theory.
Objection!
Overruled. Order.
I asked you, Dalton, where is your definite proof?
I now call J.J Thomson to the stand.
JJ, can you please explain how you reached the conclusion of atom and an atom that is divisible?
I used the cathode ray experiment and understood that the atom had some sort of negative particles, which I labeled as electrons, which in turn led me to the plum pudding model of the atom that I designed with my colleague, William Thomson.
No relation, I assume.
Correct.
And you have definite data on this experiment.
Correct.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I ask who is guilty of wrongdoing. Who will you choose?
I say because I believe you, you are confident. Okay, I need to figure it.
That there must be more to an atom. Oh man.
Using Joseph Louis Proust's law of constant composition, I also use this for my postulates. You're lying! What? You're lying!
And if you could, please tell us about your Democritus.
Okay, we're gonna do that again.
Wait, sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I ask who is guilty of wrongdoing? Wrong everything.